This is the story about the gold mines of the Harquahala mining camp. These old gold mines are not far from present-day Salome, Arizona. The first prospecting for gold that took place was way back in the mid-1700s by the Spanish. However, because of frequent attacks by local natives in the area, not a lot of mining actually took place. This area then sat pretty much dormant for almost 100 years, when once again prospectors came through and a man by the name of Herman Ehrenberg came across a small deposit of gold. Herman told his prospecting friend Henry Wickenburg about this showing, and Henry did look at it, but as he was traveling back home, he stumbled onto another deposit that was much richer, and he staked that claim. That claim eventually became known as the famous Vulture Mine. Nothing happened to the deposit that Herman found for several years, and then one day in 1888, 3 other prospectors who were out in the area found not only this deposit, but also another showing of gold. These showings of gold would turn out to be the Bonanza and Golden Eagle claims, and both of these claims had super rich high-grade ores. Of course, as usual, once word got out about these 2 claims, the rush was on, and along with the miners came the merchants. In fact, it was said that the first merchant in town was a saloon, run by a man with a tent and a 5-gallon keg of whiskey. The original 3 men who found these deposits were quick to sell out for easy cash, and the new owners set up a 20-stamp mill on the site, and from that point on, the town grew quick. By 1891, the town got a post office and even had a stage that ran over to Sentinel. During the peak years of production, there were 450 to 500 residents living and working in the mines. Although there was some alluvial gold, the main mining was underground. The underground workings primarily involved single shafts with stopes, and one shaft was reported to have a depth of 600 feet. The gold being mined was high grade, and so theft was a real problem. One of the owners of a nearby mine was a man by the name of Charles Lane. Charles also owned the Fortuna mine down around Yuma and had the same problem with theft. By the way, if you haven't seen the video about the Fortuna mine, I'll leave a link in the description box below, as well as a link at the end of this video. Anyways, his solution to the theft problem was, instead of pouring the regular-sized ingots of gold, he started pouring 150 to 200-pound bars of gold. This idea caught on, and so the new owners of these mines did the same. In fact, it is said they even poured a 400-pound bar and had it shipped out by wagon. However, on one of the trips out on the bumpy trail, the weight of the bar broke through the wooden wagon bottom and fell out onto the ground. That trail must have been really rough, as it is said that the riders never even noticed the big bar fall out until after traveling a few miles and then having to turn around and head back to get it. I can only imagine the amount of heave-hoeing it took for these guys to reload a 400-pound block of metal back into the wagon. Then in 1893, the mines were once again purchased by another group called the Harquahala Gold Mining Company. Mining continued, but by 1897, most of the higher-grade ore was mined out. The mine worked off and on for the next few years, but by 1918, the post office closed and the town pretty much died. Then, like a lot of old camps we read about, in 1927, some new owners took over the mine, and for a brief period of time, the town was active again. In fact, the post office was reopened, but by 1932, the entire camp had gone bust. Of all the different mines in the Harquahala district, the Bonanza and Golden Eagle mines produced the bulk of the gold. The period of greatest activity was from 1891 to 1897, after which the total gold production of the district was about 134,000 ounces, with nearly all production coming from the underground mines. You can still go out to these old mining areas today. It's just a short ways out of Salome. Most of the old buildings are long gone now, and there is another mining company that owns the claims and is doing some active mining. However, you can still see some of the old foundations and parts of a building along with the old graveyard which is located nearby. I hope you enjoyed this short story about the Harquahala gold mines. Please like, share, and subscribe so we can continue to bring you more old lost mine stories.